Okay, I've decided to do this review because this car has done quite high mileage, and a lot of the vehicles that we trade in are usually below 50,000 miles. This one's done 105,000 miles, and the reason why I wanted to raise this issue is because there's several different models of this Freelander. They've been going for a few years now, and I'm sure many of you would be interested to find out how these vehicles weigh up after they've done a few years on the road, you know, to see how well they've worn in. Well, to be quite honest, if I start from the inside is immaculate, really. I mean, if this car had a valet, it looked like new. The inside is tough, it is durable. Even the seats don't really look like they've been used, but obviously they have. If anything, I would say the instrument cluster on this vehicle is a little bit irritating because the dials are really quite small, and considering this is a large vehicle, I don't quite know why we've got these mini dials. Also, if I was to adjust the steering wheel, it would also obstruct that, which is the case in a lot of vehicles, but I think it's an issue which could be addressed. The center console, very easy to read, very basic. That's probably one of the most simple and elementary I've come across. The wing mirror is very large, it's always a good thing, maybe a little bit too low. The rear view vision is, the headrests do take up a lot of the vision, which is irritating. If you had three people in the back, you wouldn't be able to see a lot out of the back window, to be fair. This is the 5-speed manual. Now, what I am quite curious about with this vehicle is the bushes underneath the car. They're bound to be worn now. And if I give it a little wiggle like that, you can see just how much of a roll this vehicle has. I mean, it's quite frightening, really, to think if you were going down the road at 60 miles an hour, say on the motorway at 70, and you had to swerve in a vehicle that boats that much, that rocks that much, that rolls that much. You know, is there any chance of you really being able to keep control of the vehicle if you swerve? And the answer to that is no. No, you're not. So, the first thing I would look at for anybody thinking about buying one of these second-hand is take that for a test drive and have a look and see how much this car shakes around. The bushes at the end of the day underneath the car, the anti-roll bar, link bushes, etc., etc., the anti-sway bar, whatever you want to call it, they're not big jobs to replace. But you got to remember, at the end of the day, you know, security and safety is very important in the vehicle. It's paramount. So have a look at those issues. The steering, by the way, is actually very, very firm, very assertive, and very acute. There is nothing wrong with the steering at all, and there is no lag, and it doesn't feel anaesthetised or woolly. I do feel like I'm connecting with the road. It's quite a certain and heavy steering. The brakes, on the other hand, they're very good too. They've lasted, but obviously they can be replaced, which is a different story. The cornering on the vehicle, coming around the corner then, I could really feel the car leaning over and struggling on the corners. So, final tip, buying one of these second hand, get underneath the car. You can do it, you can go to Quick Fit or wherever, get the buggers to jump the car up, have a look under the car, see what's going on with the bushes. If the bushes are worn, they will need to be replaced. Pop the bonnet and have a look at the back. Look at this shock absorber mounts. They're going to be worn on vehicles of this age. You don't want a vehicle that's going to drive down the road and bounce all over the place. The idea of the steering wheel is for you to control the vehicle. You can't control a vehicle if the shock absorbers and all the bushes are gone, because the car is just going to be counter-affecting everything you do. This car appears to have lasted the test of time. There's no rust. There's only a few serviceable issues that need to be addressed. Thinking about buying one of these second hand, I think you're going to be making a very good investment.